Greetings, Eric Bakker, naturopath. Thanks for coming back. We can talk about Epsom salts. So Epsom salts is basically magnesium sulfate. So about 150 years ago, a smart chemist worked out mixing magnesium and mixing sulfate together and creating magnesium sulfate. So this is a very good laxative for people. If you take too much, you're going to have very loose bowel motion. So you need to be very careful. You may want to start with a teaspoon of Epsom salts, in about 8 ounces of water, about half an hour before bed. So notice how many of these occasions I say take something before bed. With constipation, it's good if you take oils or magnesiums prior to going to bed, because that gives your digestive system several hours to process that magnesium and to get it into that large intestine where you want to have it, to start creating this osmotic effect where it loosens the bowel wall. It induces this osmotic effect. The water gets pulled into the stool, it softens things up, and you get the urge to go to the bathroom, and then you'll clean out. If you take too much Epsom salts, however, you can get some accidents occurring in some embarrassing situations. So don't take too much. You don't want to take like 5 tablespoons or a huge amount. Some people have this crazy belief that if they've got a big problem, they need a massive solution. And for some people that could be 50 vitamin E capsules a day, or it could be literally 10 tablespoons of Epsom salts. Now don't laugh, because I've seen people do these sort of things. So I'm always telling people to be cautious and start slowly with things and then work out what your ideal dosage is. It may be half a teaspoon, it may be 3 teaspoons. We don't know until you start low and go slow and gradually build up until you hit the right dosage. I know a lot of people in their 70s and 80s I've seen over the years as patients that will just take a pinch of Epsom salts between thumb and forefinger and place that in a cup of hot water and drink that and say, that's all I need to go every day to the bathroom. It helps me, especially when a person's getting old and quite frail. You need to be very careful using Epsom salts on young children. Any child under 6, you probably need some medical attention with constipation. Unless you see someone like me who's experienced dealing with children, I recommend you exercise a lot of caution giving things to infants, because you get dehydration very quick and all kinds of problems. So as soon as a child's over 6, it becomes a little bit less problematic when you're using magnesium kind of products. So think about that. Small dosage, build up and find the ideal amount for you. But that is, of course, you'd be looking at your diet, water intake, cutting out caffeine and alcohol, walking every day, trying to relax regularly. These are things that are going to help the constipation. And in an ideal world, you would not have to take anything to go to the bathroom. It would happen by default. And so it should. So try and look at some of my other videos, please, and get some hints and tips so you can get on top of this embarrassing problem called constipation. It can be fixed in nearly all cases. I've yet to see a constipation case that can't be improved to some degree. Most can be fully improved. Thanks for tuning in.